Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Adam Capri, and I guess this is my second video pertaining to my EP, "A Love Supreme." Um, just briefly, I'm sitting outside right now, and today I'm feeling a little bit better. Unfortunately, the weather is just hideous. I hate it, but I enjoy being outside regardless. So yeah. Hey, look at my FUBU. I've had this shirt since I was 16 years old. It's so old, but it's stayed intact. Anyway, so pertaining to my album, I want to talk about just my influences. I have so many influences because I listen to so many different types of music. Um, but I could say my first influence would be Sade, obviously. I've talked about her extensively. Um, I can think I kind of just go towards like very smooth um, music, somewhat dark, and different. I don't like typical like R&B. It's boring to me. I like people who are creative and express themselves in different ways. I've been an extreme fan of like Timberland, for example, although I'm very disappointed in him for sure. But his production, his music style is just classic. He does so many different things with his music, and it's phenomenal to me. And I've been so inspired by his production style, as well as the Neptunes, both Chad Hugo and Pharrell. Same thing with them, just their style, just being different and unique. And then we go back to older music, like I've been very much inspired by the 70s. 70s music. I grew up on it. I've listened to it all my life. My mom has so many albums of various people that I used to listen to as a child. Um, Actual records, record player. And so there were so many different artists I was inspired to since I was a child. Like, for instance, first person that comes to mind is like Prince. He's just like a ubiquitous force to me. I remember early on, I remember a record that my mom had, and it's the record of him in the white background with the black and white pose, and he's like doing some like Vogue sort of face thing. And I remember that album very distinctively. So yeah, who else? God, right now I was listening to Shaka Khan, and I'm a huge fan of hers. I've learned vocally from her uh, phrasing and how to play with my lower register because she does that. I don't really listen. I wasn't really like inspired by her soaring vocals because that's just not me. But her lower register and her more smooth aspect to her voice is very, very definitely influential to me. Um, God, Aaliyah, I'm a huge fan. I've been a fan of Aaliyah since she came out in '94, so I'm not new to this. uh, she's very been much an influential force to me as well. Um, simply because I just always felt her. Like it wasn't beyond. It was beyond, I should say, music. I remember like when she was coming out with her music, it just really like affected me because it was so different, and I really like felt her as a true artist because she may not have written her lyrics, but she was the captain of her career, or at least her appearance, her image, her style, her music. She's the one who developed that. She was the one who discovered Timbaland and Missy. So she definitely had a vision and an eye, and always appreciated that. And also, like I said, her affinity to the darker aspects of music and the mystique and the mystique of it all. I really definitely identify with that as an artist. Um, God, there's so many people. Maxwell is another example. Definitely been inspired by Maxwell, and particularly his Embria album, which was had very lush strings, and it was a very beautiful album. And it mixed like that lushness with electronica, which is very influential to me. Also, a guy named Blue Six J Deans. Blue Six, yeah, he's like they call him like down tempo music, but I've been listening to him I think since 2004 with his album he produced with an artist named Aya Aya. Beautiful album. I was definitely also I keep saying inspired, but that's the truth. I was inspired by that as well. The smooth vocals, the ethereal aspect of it, which is something that I try to capture in my music too, and it's just it's natural. I don't try to be ethereal, but it just comes out that way. And it just matches my own style and production style and vocal style. Um, Goodness gracious. yeah, he's definitely a force and an influence to me. And he hasn't made a project in a while, so I'm looking forward to something that he does. And I know him personally. I've known him for quite some time. He was the person who actually told me I should start producing my own music. And so I'm very grateful to him for that. And I did. And once I started to do that, I really developed as an artist, not just a vocalist, but a producer. Um, who else? I don't want to have too much dead space because there are so many people that at this point I cannot identify them. But them all, I should say. Fuck. Right now, I've really been listening to the Ohio Players. Oh, another artist or group from Ohio, I would say is what are their names? Fuck, can't think of it right now. Damn it, I can't think of their name. God, they made Boogie Nights. Boogie Night. Oh, that song, but I can't think of their name. And then also, there's like I said, Ohio Players. There's this song they have called Ecstasy. I just think it's so fucking dope. It's like almost tribal, and it like puts you in sort of a trance. It was very mystical, but very sensual as well. I love that song, and I would just enjoy doing that song, like performing it. It would be awesome, or just covering it. Who else? Fleetwood Mac. Very much influenced by them. Their harmonics. What's her name? Stevie Nicks. The magical, mystical lady. Love her. I've been a fan of hers for a long time too. Steely Dan. I could go on. There's so many people. I could say I was influenced by groups, artists, etc. Spanning R&B, spanning hip hop, folk. I love America, the group America. Not really into country too much. Techno or electronica. This guy named Cascade I like. So I have a very expansive influence in music because I listen to all types. I think as an artist or a creative, you should really expand beyond what you are used to, because you never know what you'll find. Oh, Bjork, love her too. So, but anyway, at this point, I'm rambling. This video is about 7 minutes and 33 seconds long, so there's no more point in me continuing to go on. But I think you understand the point. I love smooth, different, abstract, dark, melodic, lush, etc., etc., etc. Just beautiful music. That's different. That's important to me. So, yeah, guys, that's it. All right.